Hello everybody, my name is Junior and welcome back to another video. And today we are back in our hardcore world and we're going to try and hit 400 days. That's right, it's currently day 300 and we're going to work our way up to 400 throughout this entire video. Now I tell a little white lie, it's already day 335, but I can prove that I've been doing some work, okay? And as you can see, the walls go all the way around now and they're still incomplete. And you're probably wondering, what's this gate? This looks really cool, Junior. What is this gate? And let me show you. You go through here, and that's what a gate's for. You just make your way through, and we're obviously in a lovely world. We'd have like guards up in those towers 24/7 forever and ever. But this is just the beginning of the walls. This is how the walls are actually going to look. I've detailed them now with the andesite, the walls, the tuff. That's how they're going to stick for now. We're going to have some glow lichen at some point, and that'll just be a lot later on with vines and stuff. But one last thing I want to add to these walls is add like a walkway going all the way around. I think that'd be super cool to have like a higher up walkway so we can get a good view on the little starter area, and I think that would be proper sick. And I think that's everything I've done in this area. And you're probably wondering, Junior, what's this super cool totem you've got now instead of your skin? And thanks to Lion, they've made this for me. And it's super cool, and if you want to get it too, I definitely recommend you join their Patreon for just £5 or $7. Join my Discord and you'll find a link to their Patreon, and yeah, it's pretty sick. Now coming over to the village, I've begun obviously another border with more wool, and I've been working on that a bit. And this area is where we're going to be working for a big chunk of the day. And sort of the theme for this episode is honey, okay? I love bees, I love honey, I think they're super cute. And this build is something I'm really looking forward to. I want to give a massive shout out to Forak for the inspiration behind today's video, because they designed a honey farm or a honey shop sort of thing. Honey factory actually is probably a better term for it. I'm going to throw an image on screen now, and it's super, just a beautiful build. And when I saw it on Pinterest, this is literally the only image I have. And I was like, I need that in my world. And so what I've done is I've tried to recreate it in my own way. And so I've tried to make it smaller in certain parts. And the interior is entirely my own. And the sides of the build is all my own. And I've done the same. I've literally repeated the back, the same as the front as well. Like 99% of it is pretty all inspired by the beautiful build by Forak. So if you could show them any love, that would be super, super amazing. So this is going to be quite a hard thing to pull off because we have no honey, and we need a lot of honey and things like that for the build. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a temporary bee farm set up, and I'm actually probably going to set it up just over here. So just in our little starter area, probably on this hill, I'll get a temporary one set up for bottles, and we'll stick some shears in as well. And we can use that while we gather the rest of the materials to build the giant honey farm. So what I'm going to do now is prep the farm. And then we're going to go collect a bunch of bees, and then we probably just breed the bees as well, so we get a lot more. Another cool feature with this totem is that the dude sits on my shoulder, so when I take my helmet off, you can see him just chilling there, little teddy bear. It's like a take on my skin, but they've changed it up and detailed him a bit cleaner as well. So here is the bee farm finally complete, and it's looking good. And it's actually been about 20 days in Minecraft since I built this, and this is how much we've produced. And I've been carrying a bit, and as you can see, I've waxed 4 pieces of copper, so we've produced about 50 beer, and then the 2 stacks of 14 in here. And I've also been turning all the honey bottles into honey blocks, so we've had quite a few bottles of honey, just because I need to keep reusing the bottles so that we don't run out in there. But we've pretty much got all the honey blocks we need, but we need a ton of honeycomb because we need to wax all of that to be weathered, or exposed copper actually. So once I've done all like 78 pieces over there, which might take a little while, we'll be good to go then. Plus I gotta use these for some beehives and some other cool things that we're gonna use in the build itself. But I didn't just sit around waiting for them to work. I actually got to work in collecting pretty much every single material that we're going to need for this build, which is, it took a while, I can tell you that. A lot of trees, and there's a lot of time spent collecting every single thing. And that's one of the beauties of Light Matica, is quite helpful when you know what exactly you need to gather. But I'm not just going to sit around now and wait for these to weather so that I can wax some. I need to do something else, and I'm going to build a platform for us to build our actual honey farm on. So it's going to go right here, exactly where the build's going to go. It's going to go block up, and it's going to be made out of granite and like jungle trapdoors and some mud brick walls and all that cool kind of stuff. And yeah, so let's jump into a quick time lapse of us whipping something up like that. So it's been nearly another 30 days of just collecting materials, and I'm officially done. We've got all the shulkers complete, and we've actually got a new shulker mod added, and it's created by Iskal, who's a member of Hermitcraft. It's called Shulker Plus, and it's super cool. And what it is, you can add a bunch of icons to the shulker boxes, and you can have them look like this, completely flat, so you can see the icons better, or you can still have them look like normal shulker boxes. But this is a fully vanilla mod. This does not enhance anything. It just makes it look much better than it already is. Like, let me place down this one. Look how cool that is. Like, we got all our totems in here. That's just super awesome. And then you pop it back there, and obviously we got one for iron, gold, emeralds, golden carrots, and fireworks. And we'll be adding a lot more. But let me show you the platform that we've built. So as you saw in the time lapse, we built this platform, and I've actually textured it since then and fully done the walls or the fences around. And this is sort of the path leading to the front door. It's made out of coarse dirt, and then we've put dripstone and brick and some granite all the way around the rest of the floor. Now the last thing we gotta do is actually build the honey farm and the honey factory itself. So we might as well just jump into it now, and I can guess that we're probably going to complete this very close to day 400, because look, 381 is insane. So let's go with the time lapse. So it is officially complete, and you've all seen it in the time lapse where I've added a couple of things extra to the factory. And with us being 6 days out from day 400 now, here is the honey factory. Like, how sick is this? I think this is actually amazing. It's definitely going to be one of my favorite builds like I've ever done. And thank you once again, obviously, for the initial design. And everything else has obviously been done by myself. But I'll show you the outside first, because there was a big platform and a lot of empty space, and I thought it just needed some stuff to spruce up the area. So I added a couple of these boxes around, and obviously a couple of these on the sides of the building. And I added this as well. This is like, I don't even know, like an outdoor storage, I guess, for the honey. And it's kind of running down, and then it's kind of overflowing as well. And it's sort of like a collection point where we can bottle it up or whatever. And you can see where it's like dried at the bottom. Oh, broke it. But yeah, it's a cool little just storage thing for extra honey. Then we come to the front and we enter, and there's just a couple of flowers. There's a lot of just flowers and plant pots and lanterns in here, because it was like I was in the right light levels, but it still didn't feel bright enough. So I was like, I have to add more lanterns just because they look cool as well. And yeah, coming in here. Oh, it's gone a bit overboard, but yeah, it's been working, as you can see. It's doing pretty well so far. We've got too much, or maybe never enough, but we're literally never going to need honeycomb ever again. It's just something amazing to have. Then coming across, and let's go upstairs now, and I got this cool chain design with the gates and the stairs. And let's look to our left. And I decided to put a film poster in here just because I thought it was so fitting and really funny. That for a month or two back, a film came out called The Beekeeper with Jason Statham. I haven't seen it. I am aware of the film. So I decided I'd add my face and using a mod called Immersive Paintings, which is still pretty vanilla, because my goal is to make this as vanilla as possible while still maintaining things that are entertaining and also performance enhancing. So Immersive Paintings is one of those mods that just makes it a little bit better. It's not cheating, it doesn't advance your game anymore, it's just something to make more paintings. And this is one I imported, and it looks beautiful, and it's really, really fitting being in the honey factory that is the beekeeper. Here we go, another painting, and this is sort of the landing area before we go into the rooms, because this is a living area up here, by the way. If I didn't say, this is the factory, and then this is the living area, and we're not going to be using this living area at all. It's just I really like to make sure that everything has an interior, and just so there's a story to tell in a way. But let's go through the living room first. There are a couple of shelves on different levels, some plant pots, some lanterns, some books. You like to read, sit here and lounge, you listen to the bees, look at the beautiful poster, look at the windows, and get a magnificent view of that windmill as well. And then we come through to the kitchen, and this is where you can cook and live, and obviously you can use your honey for your dinner. And we got some honey ball by here, and we got some honeycomb by here. And then obviously we got like normal food, sea pickles, and we got a sink as well, looks nice. And a bunch of storage, which we won't be using, but it's obviously all decorational purposes. And the way I did this is I've put an item frame just under a pressure plate, and there we go, just like that. And that is literally the entire honey factory. It's a giant build, but there's not that big of a room indoors, if I'm being honest. It's quite a small space for the platform and everything. And obviously we've got the hanging sign as well, which is just perfect. And obviously the big bee on the front. And I also stuck a big bee on the back, if you haven't seen that as well. Hold on. Wait, let's go free cam. There we go. The big bee. This is a pretty ginormous build. And we could have used the attic as well, but I just didn't feel the need to stick anything in here. I will show you, but it just didn't feel the need to put anything in here. You don't really need any more. You could have had a bedroom and like a bathroom or maybe some storage, but honestly, for a building that isn't going to get used that much, I just didn't see it as something that needed to be in there. But now, one last thing I think I want to do before 400 days is head back into our little starter town. And where we originally had our bee farm is where I'm thinking of setting up a little house with a glow lichen farm dedicated in it. And it's also going to have a netherwort farm, and it could possibly be a whole thing just for like brewing stuff. I'm thinking like a brewery house would be a perfect fit for you, and that would literally complete this area where we just have to do the walls and then just terraform and add some like different foliage around them. So I'm gonna design something real quick for that, and we'll cut back when we're ready for it. So I'm afraid we've gone over 400 days, but it doesn't matter because it's gonna be a sick build that I've prepared for you. It literally took forever. Copper is my worst enemy. It took forever with that build, and now it took forever with this build. But we finally gathered all the materials, and so we're going to jump into the final time-lapse of this video. I know, I'm so sorry for giving you so many time-lapses today, but it's the last one, I promise. And it's going to be worth it when you see how awesome this build turns out. So, let's head into the final time-lapse. And now the brewery is finally complete, and I've added something else as well, a really beautiful tree with some azalea leaves. We got some vines and spore blossom and a couple of lanterns in here, and also I've added glowberries, but they haven't grown yet, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit for that to kick in. But I thought I'd add this tree in as well because we needed some peace here on this little hill bit, and I didn't want to stick another building because I didn't feel the need for it. So I thought we're going to start sticking some trees about, probably in between episodes, but it's not something we're going to dedicate video time to really. But I thought I'll mention this one because it's a massive tree, and it's kind of popped up out of nowhere. But here is the grand reveal of the brewery. I think this looks absolutely stunning. This actually turned out a million times better than I thought it would. And the mix of the pods all on the course, and we got some ferns and some grass. And I obviously haven't textured the path yet, and this isn't the final version of the path. This is obviously just a layout right now. But we come up these little steps here, and it's gonna blend into the sandstone, and we got some logs as well, and it's sort of just a nice extra balcony bit to or patio actually to stand out onto the side of the brewery. But we got some barrels, some campfires on the front, some we got a really nice. I really like the roof as well, the copper, and like just all the colors. It's so good. It's just so good. But coming into the front door, we got a nice little cozy home for a witch or somebody that likes brewing potions. We got a nice livable space beer, some flowers, obviously a potion or a bottle of water actually, a bed, an armor stand, a little bit of carpet. You know, you wake up, you get your toesies all nice and comfy. And then you come in here, we got our little brewing station. And we've done the same trick here with the potion. And we've got a cauldron, a couple of flowers. And I've actually added Fripp's foliage pack. I purchased it a couple months back. Actually, probably like nearly a year back now. It's been a few months. And it just makes flowers. It's like different variations and the sugar cane. And oh, what's he doing up there? We got some, it's like, it makes the wheat look different. It's just overall just the little things that make the game extra beautiful. We got an amethyst shard, we got a brewing stand, and then we got this little garden bit you can walk through. And obviously it has the nether wart. Then we've just got a little tower / window, so you can just go up here and just chill and just stare out over our little starter town bit. There's nothing much to do with the tower really. It's just there to look pretty cool. And then we come to the other side of the house, and we also got this cool roof. And we come over here, and this is our glow lichen farm. Obviously, if we press this, it should start doing that, yeah. And let me actually show you how this works. So we activate this, and you just mine by ear. And just like that, we've run out of bone meal in there. But we managed to get quite a bit, I think. Oh yeah, a stack and a half. I mean, that's not bad. Actually, it's still going up. How much is in here? That's 2 stacks then. Can't go wrong with 2 stacks. That's pretty nice for like stack of bone meal. But we're going to be using a lot of glow lichen, and so I thought this would be the perfect place to actually stick the farm itself. And we've got a composter as well, an auto composter, and obviously we can use the bone meal either in here or just wherever else. And I thought we need one of these, and this was also probably the best place to stick it. Now a little something added to the back which just makes the nether wart even more special is a nether wart garden. Now I've done the roots, the mangrove roots, and then I've done some coral wall design going across the top. No mobs can just wander in here. Technically they can wander in here, okay, but like it just aesthetically it looks nice. But this is really handy. We don't have to worry about nether water ever again. But yeah, just looking around the house, it just looks really nice. And this podzol course combination is something we're gonna add everywhere. So anywhere where you see green grass right now, it's all changing to this design where we're gonna have grass, and we're gonna mix it obviously with the podzol and course all the way around. And I believe we've got one final build, and that's something we're going to do in our next hardcore video, and it's working on a mine down here and some sort of like mine lift and stuff, some stuff like that. And that's the last place we got to build, and then we've literally just got to texture the entire place, work on the ground, obviously the mix of the podzol and course and all the foliage and stuff, and fix the paths as well. And that'll be literally this entire place complete, which will be crazy because it's taken us 424 days to do so far. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, as that would help the channel a lot. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye now.